Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Now, an earlier guest engaged on this constitutional review process said this is a political jamboree because of the concerns on the front burner and the design of the dialogue process. When you look at the itinerary for discussion, how do you see it?
Well, I will not call it a political jamboree because to be able to amend the Constitution successfully by virtue of Section 9 of the 1999 Constitution, which made provisions for amendment of the Constitution, there are, I think, about 6 processes to constitutional amendment. The first is the first reading, the second reading, the public hearing. I think they are in public hearing now. Then there is third reading and passage, harmonization of the bill between Senate and House, transmission to the State House of Assembly, and then adoption of reports from the State House of Assembly. So what they are doing now, I think, is public hearing, holding it in different states to get their input too. So I wouldn't really call it a jamboree. The only concern I have is that the amendments that have been made previously have not really seen strict adherence to them. So people will say, what is the essence of more amendments when the ones we already have in place is being abused? So that's just my own position on the Constitution.
No. Well, there have been also concerns as regards ambiguity, overlapping, and obsolete rules in the 1999 Constitution. Now, what are the most pertinent issues that you'd like to see addressed?
Electoral reform. Electoral reform should be at the front burner, to be honest, because there has to be electoral reform for there to be a functional democracy. When there is electoral reform, it reforms the process of electing leaders, which is it's supposed to be at the front burner because every Nigerian is shouting and screaming and crying about electoral reform. So I think that should be the priority of whoever or persons involved with regards to constitutional amendment. So anything they are doing that has nothing to do with electoral reform, in my own opinion, I would not really pay much of attention to it because you cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. There has to be a transparent electoral process for there to be good leadership and for there to be, well, I say, peace and security in the country. So electoral reform goes to the roots of any amendment they're about to embark on.
So we're also hearing about rotational presidency, legislative seats reserved for women, demands for new states, and the likes. Are these also germane for the restructuring process? And is this something that can be pulled through?
I don't believe in creating more states. Power is concentrated in the center. I would want to agree, with Adam Soshomole. He made mention of everybody trying to make his local government a state. All this creation of new states also amounts to responsibility on the part of Nigerians, because it is still Nigerians that Nigerians that are establishing the states, because most of the states are not even productive. Sorry to say, but that's a fact. So there's no need to create new states. What they should do is to decentralize power from the center. Power is concentrated on the center. And I feel this tax reform bill is trying to do something of that nature so that money would not concentrate mostly on the center, so states to generate their own income and use it for their development. So I think creation of new states is very unnecessary because it will cost a lot of bickering, because if you give this person, the other person would show you reasons why they want, and that person will show you reasons why they. So I think it's very unnecessary. We should focus on electoral reform. If we get it right on that angle, I think every other thing will take its course.
All right, now, in the nature of Nigeria's political stance, can such a review process ensure human capital development? Can it also boost gender parity and promote inclusivity? Because those are also some of the issues plaguing the several regions.
Well, I'm in support of that gender parity. However, I just want a transparent process where everybody, regardless of gender, can equitably participate. But bringing in the gender aspect and giving some sort of socialization to women is a welcome development because it will encourage women to participate more in politics. But I love a more robust and open system where the best is being elected.
All right, Valerian, before I let you go, do you also anticipate maybe the institutionalization of local government councils this time to make them truly fully autonomous? One of the stakeholders raised these particular points during the discussion process in one of the meetings.
See, it brings you back to what I'm saying earlier. The Supreme Court has already made a pronouncement that local governments supposed not to have sole administrators or appointees. There have to be proper election. They are on their own. They are a government on their own. They shouldn't be relying on state government to give them allocation and all whatnot because it limits their power. It makes them more like selected official instead of elected official. And the local government, if truly independent, would bring government closer to the people because that is actually the most important aspect of governance and government. When we started democracy, I think around 1999, I can remember local government was fully functional. People contested for councillorship, going for meetings, contributing to development. But somewhere along the line, I have not seen such, except at least in Lagos. It's a bit better in Lagos and maybe a few other states. So when local government is actively participating in governance, the people in the grassroots will feel it more. So I'm open to anything that would give local governments its autonomy, but Supreme Court has already made a pronouncement that local government is autonomous. So instead of amending Constitution to put it there, why can't we obey a simple court order?
All right, thank you so much, Valerian Nwadike, for sharing your thoughts with us on these pertinent issues.